You notice a small change in their tone, and suddenly your mind won't let it go. Was it nothing or the beginning of something ending? Why does love feel peaceful for others but fragile inside your head? In this video, we'll explore the psychology behind why overthinkers love deeply and hurt the most. You don't just fall in love, you think about it. You remember the way they said goodnight. You notice that one moment of silence that maybe no one else even registered. You take even the slightest change in their tone to heart. And then, love no longer feels soft, it feels fragile. When you're an overthinker, love isn't just an emotion, it becomes a responsibility. You feel like it's your job to protect it, understand it, and fix every possible crack before it even appears. While others are living in the moment, you are searching for signals. While they feel secure, you are scanning for possible risks. You don't just feel deeply, you think deeply about what you feel. You ask yourself questions the other person probably isn't even thinking about. Am I not as important as I used to be? Why didn't they show the same excitement as before? Am I the only one taking this relationship so seriously? And the most exhausting part? Most of the time, nothing is actually wrong, but your mind doesn't wait for evidence. It creates its own stories. When you love, you don't give half your heart. You give your full attention, full loyalty, and emotional sensitivity. You remember the smallest details. You try to understand their needs before they even express them. Even when you're hurt, you try to stay mature. But because you think so much, you feel everything twice as much. A late reply doesn't just feel late, it feels like distance. A small argument doesn't feel temporary, it feels like the beginning of the end. You're not afraid of love, you're afraid of losing it. And that fear slowly changes your behavior. You start over-explaining, you apologize too quickly, you hide your own hurt just to keep the relationship safe. You tried to become easy to love because somewhere inside you fear that being too much will make them leave. But the truth is, the more you try to control love with your thoughts, the more unsafe it begins to feel. Overthinking turns uncertainty into danger. Silence starts to feel like rejection. Normal human flaws feel like personal failure. And when the relationship actually ends, you don't just lose the person, you lose every what-if you had already lived inside your mind. That's why when an overthinker breaks, they break deeply, not because they are weak, but because they invested mentally and emotionally long before anyone realized. I've noticed this pattern in myself, too. Many times, nothing serious had even happened, yet I was already anxious. I wasn't reacting to reality, I was reacting to possibilities. And it wasn't easy to admit that my mind was presenting every thought as if it were truth. Psychology often connects this to anxious attachment and cognitive distortions like mind reading and catastrophizing. People with anxious attachment tendencies become highly sensitive to signs of rejection. Small changes feel amplified. The mind struggles to tolerate uncertainty and tries to control it instead. But love is not a problem to be solved. It's a feeling to be experienced. If you're an overthinker, you don't need to love less. You need to think a little softer. Not every silence is a threat. Not every delay is distance. Not every change is an ending. Sometimes love is still there. It's just your mind that's loud. And the strongest thing you can do isn't to analyze everything. It's to feel without trying to control every outcome.